Today we are going to talk about love spells. The lust, the lost, the loss, the risk, and the reward. So the love spells are really popular, but really undiscussed topic, because nobody actually wants to explain what the love spell is, how it is cast, and nobody actually wants to admit that it is indeed difficult to cast love spell properly. And I personally have experience with successful love spells, but I also have experience with failed love spells. To me, it's around 60% success, 40% failure. And I want to talk about what is happening during a love spell, what spirit you can call for successful love spell, and how it actually works. So let's start. Love spell is a really animalistic, carnal endeavor. To be exact, when you cast love spell, the emotion you attract when you cast love spell on somebody is modified lust. You cannot get true love from love spell. This is all modified lust with the elements of binding. So what do? You raise the energy from your energy centers below the root, from your animalistic energy centers. And then you raise that energy to your third eye, to your mind, and then you, through your third eye, release that energy, and you target and put that energy in the root chakra of the target, or in the energy centers of the target which are below root, which are animalistic. And by pushing your emotion into them, you make them feel your emotion. Now, if you push the emotion strong enough, person will indeed come and feel emotion. But there are multiple factors to consider. One of the factors to consider is strength of your emotion. Okay? If you don't put enough energy into the spell and into the target, it won't work. Another thing to consider is strength of the target. If target has strong will, when the target recognizes in her spiritual selves that those emotions are not hers, she will start resisting. And if spell isn't done properly, resistance will defeat the energy you sent. And then what will happen is literally she will push out energy out of her system, and she will start hating you. And there is a third thing you need to know about love spells. And the third thing is that energy you put in the system of the person won't be there forever. So when you cast love spells, it will last for a certain amount of time, and after energy dissipates from the system of the person, it will weaken and eventually end. So those are three things nobody talks about. Also, when you cast love spell, since you push a lot of energy into the system of the person, that energy can temporarily change the personality of the person you casted the spell on. So you can notice weird behavior, which is self-contradictory and is indeed difficult to explain. And love spells work more on emotionally and mentally weaker people. So the crazier the person is, or more crazy the person is, the bigger is possibility for love spell to work. More sane the person is, the smaller possibility is for the love spell to work. Now there is a third option here. You can call the spirit to bind you to the person and make you fall in love with the person or reignite the passion. So the three spirits I recommend for this are Nama, Lilith, and Ashtaroth. Now, I work only with demonic sorcery, with chthonic powers. And the chthonic powers aren't good necessarily in reigniting the true love, but they are really, really solid in reigniting the lust and carnal animalistic passion and things of that nature. So you'll see right now a chance to call those three spirits on the screen, but I will repeat each of them 3 times to kinda give you an idea how to pronounce those chants. Halelit Kodeshiyama, Halelit Kodeshiyama, Halelit Kodeshiyama, Hanama Malika Hashedim, Hanama Malika Hashedim, Hanama Malika Hashedim, Hashtarot Hashedim, Hashtarot Hashedim, Hashtarot Hashedim. Those are the chants to call spirits, to call those 3 spirits upon. And you can use just those chants if you are beginner to presence energy. If you are not the beginner, I recommend to use the full evocation template to actually manifest the spirit and have complete communication with it. Now, when we talked about the spirit, now let's examine the third option. The third option is to call one of the lesser spirits under those 3 and bind them to your target and to you. And those spirits will work a day and a night to manifest your result, to attract the targets, to attract you to the target and target to you. And now there is one trick here. If you want this version of the spell to manifest, if you want to bind one spirit to you, one spirit to your target, and then attract her to you and you to her with those entities, you need to feed those spirits you bound. If you don't feed them, the binding link between you and those old spirits you bound will dissipate and spell will stop working. I did this version of the rite for one really beloved person of mine, for one of my really good friends. I attracted his girlfriend to him to reignite the passion. I didn't feed the spirits, and it lasted for about 4.5 months to 5 months. After that, it all started disintegrating really quickly. So, yeah, this is all I have to say about love spells. Keep everything I said in mind, and this is enough for today.